Hey everybody, this is Ian of Austin, and I am here with Matt Lionetti. He is, in my opinion, he's kind of like a superstar, and I'll explain why. But first, I think what's most important is Matt get to tell us a little bit about him instead of me trying to tell you about him. Matt, take the floor, man.
Okay, cool. So I'm a realtor from just outside of Toronto. I've been doing it just under 4 years now, and I came from a music background, so I guess it explains some of my content. Yeah, I've been doing it for just under 4 years, and I've been doing this video for about a year, like really hardcore onto the video for about a year, and it's been going really well for me. So it's pretty cool to see the response from, clients and even fellow realtors. It's really awesome.
Absolutely. And I know that, so even where you are, obviously COVID is a thing, right? This is a global pandemic, not a
Yeah.
localized. How's that been going?
So, I mean, it was really picking up. Spring was going to be it was going to be one of my best kind of springs ever.
Yeah.
So it was going to be record breaking for me, and everything kind of halted. Had to pull some listings. My buyers kind of paused. So it's been about a month and a half, 2 month kind of pause for me.
Okay.
And it wasn't, it wasn't in the best interest for my clients to be selling at the time. Like it just, prices were going down extremely at the beginning. So we thought we'd just, hang on a little bit and just kind of see where this plays out, and hopefully we can get back to some sort of normal. And things are starting to pick up again now. So
Sure. Yeah. And I think that's kind of from a lot of different people I talk to, that seems to be the norm, is that it kind of dipped for a little bit, then it started coming back up, and now it's like crazy. Everybody's trying to get back into the groove of things. And so I'm glad to hear that that it's getting better for you, because I think what you do is amazing. And in fact, that leads me into, do you mind if I share? I'm going to share a video showing people what you do in case they don't already know.
Oh, cool.
Cool with that?
Yeah. Cool.
Right.
Go for it.
So this particular video is one of my favorites, and also one of the first ones I had seen for you. When I saw this, it inspired me to make a thing called Kick Butt Real Estate Videos, a playlist on YouTube. And so your video was in there right away. Obviously, I have to put one of my listing videos in there.
Yeah.
But okay, let me go ahead and hit play.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
All right, let's get this tour started.
Sure. Has anyone ever told you you look like Freddie Mercury?
No. Check out this incredible open concept.
Wow, this is nice. Are these hardwood floors?
Hold on, let me check.
If you don't know, it's...
Yeah, they're hardwood.
Okay. And how many bedrooms does it have?
3 bedrooms.
Okay, you really remind me of Freddie Mercury.
That's funny. I've only ever gotten Chris Hemsworth and Jason Momoa.
Right. Okay, listen, what if I want to put in an...
I'm so sorry. I've got to go.
Why?
My mama. She's killed the man.
Oh my gosh. Every single time. Listen, I've taught realtor classes, like, here's how you do video, because I'm getting into it myself, and I pull up your video every time. I'm like, this, like, not my stuff. This is great. So, okay, something like that. How long did that take you, man?
So that one was with I have a videographer that I hire for some of the more involved videos.
Okay.
But we film fast, so that probably took an hour to film.
Okay.
And then he edits like super fast. Probably took him a day or two to edit, and then we were off to the races. We had a couple, and that's with all edits, because there's like always like 1, 2, 3, a couple things you want changed and stuff. Yeah, so really not long. None of the videos take like super long. I get that question quite a bit, like, because I try not to dwell on them too much. There's things I would change in every single one, but I mean, you just need to put the content out, and I'm never happy, like 100% happy with it.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fast turnaround.
What's interesting is, okay, so like, let's say somebody's never gotten into video, and then you've been doing this really well, but you said you used an editor, right? Somebody and a videographer, someone who's getting started may not go that route. So like, where was your decision point where you said, I'm gonna have a videographer and an editor? What made you do that?
Yeah. So just at the beginning, he's my wedding photographer and videographer.
Okay.
So, and then I emailed them one day because we were doing this. I don't know if you saw the Lexus video. I did like this thing with a
Of course, I saw the Lexus
Okay,
video.
cool.
It was great too.
Thanks, Ed. So that was the first one we teamed up for. Just because I was going into Lexus, so I needed something. Because about 90% of my videos I do with my iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
But I needed something a little more professional for the Lexus stuff because I was,
Sure.
advertising them as well. So
Yeah.
I just asked, I was like, do you do like other video? And he did. And we teamed up and we did that. So for the more kind of involved ones, I'll hire him.
Okay.
But I still do a ton of especially over COVID, like all my videos have been just me, my fiance films them on my iPhone for me.
Okay.
So, and I just have a little iPhone rig. I have like a stabilizer, some mics, and it's pretty good quality, especially when you're outside. The iPhone's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. May I ask which one you have?
Yeah, the second 10, the 10. I always get the one like right before the new one comes out, and then I'm like, damn.
You'll save a ton of money that way, man.
Yeah.
But so I'm a huge fan of Android, but I will say that iPhone video, just stock as is generally superior than almost any, if not every, Android phone. I gotta bow.
Yeah, I like it. And like, especially when I'm filming, because I now use, when I'm editing my videos, I started off in iMovie, which is free with Mac. So a lot of people can use that. But I've now upgraded to Final Cut Pro.
Oh, good.
But yeah. So it's awesome. I'm learning, but I still don't know a lot about like color grading and stuff. So like you said, having that stock iPhone, like it looks good pretty much right away. And then I'm fooling around with color now a bit, but no, it's pretty just stock, film it, and then you're off to the races.
And so when did you decide, when did you say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to start like investing heavily into these videos. I'm going to start focusing on video. When did you make that decision and why?
So I've had some of these ideas since I started real estate, and people just told me like, you can't, it's just not professional. You can't really do things that way. No one's going to take you seriously. Because I started off on real estate teams, and you kind of got to just kind of stay under their guidelines because they have their own brand, and that's, rightfully so. They have their own thing they want to market. So when I left the team, my last team about a year and a half ago, I was like, you know what, I think I'm going to do this. But people kept saying like, Matt, it's unprofessional. People are not going to take you seriously. And I was like, no, like, I think I want to do it. So you can even tell, like, I don't delete anything on my Instagram. So you can really see kind of the evolution of the videos. So I started with like a lot of tips and tricks videos, and I would add a bit of like humor in there, and you could really see the evolution of me, like seeing how far I could go, how far I can go. And now it's just, there's no limit now. I just kind of,
filter.
There's no filter, nothing. So yeah. And then I guess the one that started it all was, I have this video called the Shut the Front Door video, where it's a listing video. I keep almost swearing in it, but I don't swear. Yeah. So I was like, welcome to my listing. If you don't like it, you can and then I'll like the front door, and then I'll be in front of the front door. And I keep doing that. And then that video did super well. It sold the listing in like 7 hours. And after that, I was like, okay, I'm not going to listen to, what's professional, what's unprofessional. I think I'm going to explore this a bit more. And even from the start of those videos, you can see the evolution. Like you said, there's really no filter now, because that's just how I am. Yeah. Typically. And that's now it's kind of out of control, I guess.
No, I really agree with the be yourself, and you'll attract the people that you want to be around and that you want to work with. Because if you're not, how difficult will it be to work with a person that you brought in under this fake pretense, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that they're not the worst people, but it's hard. It's hard to like please everybody. So if you're just yourself and you bring someone who's like you, then usually you'll get along really well when they're clients.
Yeah, that's just it. Like if people, I get a lot of people saying like, you're swearing too much. Like people don't like that. And okay, but they weren't going to work with me anyways.
Right.
So it's like, there's all these people who don't mind. And like, I'm not swearing to offend people. That's not my goal. It just happens, comes out in the videos, and that's what happens.
You know who else swears too much, or did anyway? Gary V.
Yeah.
You know that guy, right? Like he is all over the place. You can't, if you accidentally type a V in YouTube or Google or Instagram or anything, hashtag a V, you're just going to be followed forever on the internet by Gary V and some of his things.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
He is brilliant. I love it. So in some of your videos, you have this guy named Dan. I don't know this guy, and I think I heard you talk about him for a minute. Can you just tell us who he is? What the heck is he? Like, who is he to you?
Yeah, so Dan is just a guy we met over Instagram. We do similar style videos. Okay. He's an awesome realtor in Australia, and we both got featured on The Broke Agent. So we connected that way, and we were like, yeah, man, like we've never really seen realtors collaborate,
right? Especially
from across the world,
as we're doing right now, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's really cool that this is happening now. But we're like, we should try and do like a fun video together because we both have similar content. And then we tried it and people seem to like it. So I just did my second video with them that we posted, and it's fun. It's cool it's so different. Like writing the scripts and stuff, we'll do like a WhatsApp call and we'll write the scripts, and it's kind of hard to write because I'll be like, oh, let's do this. And he'll be like, oh, we do auctions in Australia. We don't have that. And so we have to make sure people both, they get it in Australia, they get it in Canada. And then even from Canada and the States, like a lot of the stuff is a little different. Right. So try and make the content broad enough so everyone will kind of get it.
I completely empathize with you. So before real estate, I was a corporate trainer. They would send me all these different countries and I'd have to teach. Like that's what I did, right?
Yeah.
I remember I'd go to Singapore specifically. I'd go to Singapore and I try to put in these little jokes. To me, they were jokes. But I remember teaching the class and I tell this punchline and everybody just kind of stares at me. And that's when I realized I gotta learn more about culture. and how things are done in those areas, because I felt that was probably one of the most embarrassing moments.
That's the worst, when you tell a joke and it just doesn't resonate at all.
Yeah. And it wasn't because it was a bad joke, it's because it didn't make sense to them. It just wouldn't have made sense. So, and so when you were talking about like developing a script with Dan and just in general, I'm curious, do you ever get like writer's block, and how do you go about that process of developing a script to begin with?
Yeah. So I just kind of write a bunch of ideas as soon as anything pops in my head. Whenever I have a bunch of different notes in my iPhone. So I have like a whole ideas thing of like, okay, this concept. And I have like a bunch of just things I want to do. And then I'll have another notes pad of just like one-liners that I think are funny.
Yeah.
And then, when I'm starting to write a script, I'll go there and kind of see if I can fit any of those lines in somewhere. But most of it is just probably 95% of the videos are like real experience that I just kind of exaggerate a bit more. But yeah, clients are funny. So
they are,
things with clients, things with, conversations you have with agents, clients, some of the stuff that comes out of their mouths are like, this is gold.
Yeah.
You can't even believe, I don't know. So I take a lot from that. And yeah, I just write when I feel inspired, I guess.
That's great.
And I love to do it.
And you what?
I just love to do it. So it's
That's
cool.
huge. That's huge. Have you ever taken any like formal classes on like storytelling or anything, or is it just
No,
just
I've
good at
no
it?
acting, nothing.
That's awesome.
I just kind of, yeah, I don't know. I was a touring musician before, so I don't know if that has any, I mean, definitely helps with the kind of music
Yeah.
videos that I do.
Yeah, you
But
do a lot of music videos, and that's
yeah.
great. What kind of music did you play?
Well, I played like rock
Okay.
in my bands, but then after I was hired by like different artists to either record albums or go tour with them. So a lot of pop rock, that kind of stuff.
Why'd you go into real estate?
Yeah,
I'm just curious. Like, how do you transition from a rock band to a realtor?
Yeah, I just got like so sick of it. And it was something I've been doing forever.
Yeah.
And then once I always told myself, like, once this is not fun anymore, I have to take a step back and kind of, reevaluate. And it was so not fun. I was away a lot and I didn't like being away. And, it looks cool from the outside looking in, but it's
Taxing,
it's a
probably.
lot. Yeah.
Like really stressful and all that too.
Yeah. And it's not, it's hard to make consistent money. I mean, same with real estate, I guess, but,
Sure.
but,
Sure.
it was just like, some shows we'd play, we just get shafted. They wouldn't pay us and stuff like that. So it's just like a lot of that stuff. And I took a step back and got into this.
I think a lot of people that end up in real estate are because they weren't 100% happy with what they were doing before, and they want the flexibility. You already had the flexibility.
Yeah. People always said, like, when I started telling people I wanted to get into real estate, they're like, Matt, you don't make any money. Like, there's no salary unless you sell a house.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, yeah, I don't make any money now. So this is
right.
Perfect.
So it's an easy transition.
Yeah.
For
It's like,
me.
this is awesome. You mean I sell a house and I make money for sure? That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. That's a big one, because you could show up at a show and not just not get
exactly.
anything. Yeah.
So.
Man, that's funny. Would you say that doing these videos and maybe incorporating your music or your style, would you say it's been good for business?
Yeah. So, which is weird because I make fun of myself the most in the videos, but I poke fun at agents and I poke fun at my clients. So a lot of people ask me, like, how do your clients probably don't like you making fun of them. But they do, like, and some of them I have on Instagram and Facebook, and the video will be directly about something that happened between us, and they'll message me and be like, that is so, like, that's us. That's so funny that you did that. And like you said before, you attract like-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
They know I'm joking, it's, people don't have to take themselves so seriously. I'm joking around. Like, it's not whatever, so it's pretty cool. Business has been, I've been doing so many of these like interviews and podcasts now, which is so cool. So now actually I'm seeing a lot of referrals come in from all over the place from agents, and people are reaching out. And the main thing I get from clients and potential clients reaching out is, we saw your video and you just seem genuine, and we just feel like we can talk to you and you're not going to try and sell us something right away. So it's kind of broken down that barrier, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like people can't, you can't do business if people don't know who you are. And what you do allows a lot more people to know who you are. And so, like you said, you're doing these podcasts, you're doing these interviews, and you're just having basic conversations, you're being yourself, and a lot more people, realtors, are seeing that. You're the only realtor that comes to mind when someone says realtor in Canada. I don't know if you're in Quebec. I don't know if you're in Montreal or Toronto. I think you said Toronto.
Toronto, yeah.
Yeah, so you're in Toronto. It didn't even matter. If somebody says Canada, I'll be like, oh, I know the guy. You got to talk to him. And they could be across Canada, and I know Canada's big. So
yeah.
You're the first person I think of. That's immediately. Awesome. And you're genuine. And so as a realtor, that's huge. If I'm going to pass a client to you and say, please take care of them like I would take care of them,
mm-hmm.
I already feel like we would get along and we would be able to, and you would treat them exactly that way.
Absolutely.
So, And this just is a conduit, is a vehicle for you to get in front of everybody.
Yeah.
I
And
think
that's
it's great,
another,
man.
thank you. Thank you. That's another thing too. My clients, because my clients know how I treat them.
Mhm.
So, and I, I go above and beyond for them.
Yeah.
So, when some of the stuff in the videos, when I'm like talking back to them and stuff, they know, like, because a lot of it's referral from clients too now. So like they know how I am. And it just, like you said, it's just staying top of mind.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually really cool. I got on a call with Ryan Serhant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks ago. He actually gave me a pretty big endorsement a couple weeks ago, which blew my mind because
No,
he's
that's amazing.
pretty much the reason I got into real estate. And he just kind of said, these types of videos are amazing and whatever. So having that kind of endorsement from someone like that was awesome. And I was on a Zoom call and he was saying, like, about the videos and stuff. He's like, he used this analogy. He said, Apple, they don't spend millions of dollars, billions of dollars in ad space for someone to go buy their phone tomorrow. They
Mhm.
spend billions of dollars in ad space. So when you're thinking of buying a phone, you're the only one that they think of. Apple's the only one they think of. And that's just staying top of mind all the time. And that's what you're ultimately trying to do with these videos. And it's like you said, it's the best way to showcase your personality, especially in these times. People don't want to just go meet for a coffee right now.
No.
So if they can watch you on video and then get a sense of what you're like, that's going to bring them one step closer to messaging you. And then once I want to do with this is start a conversation. It doesn't even have to be about real estate. Once you start the conversation, it can go anywhere. But you start building that trust, you start building that relationship, and then too many people are real estate first, sales first. It's not the way. It's a long-term game. In
It's
my
funny
opinion.
you say that. You said it's not the way. My screen, I'm not going to show it, but my screen, screen on my phone, it says this is the way. And it's not for real estate. It's like, be different, And
Yeah.
from The Mandalorian, you've seen The Mandalorian, right?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
have that in Canada. I'm just messing. I'm just messing, man. I'm just kidding. So, okay. If I have so many things to say. So like the first one, Ryan Serhant, what is he? The $1 million listing guy?
Yeah.
Amazing. That is
Yeah.
super cool, man. That's like another, I'm super proud that you had that opportunity. That's really good.
Thank you. Thank you.
I do not have that kind of following. I'm just throwing that out there. Yet. Let me say yet.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
one day. But thank you for doing this. This is awesome. The other thing you had mentioned, staying top of mind. So I have a friend, another realtor. She posted something saying, "Hey, rates are low, this and that," and it was funny because the first and only comment that showed up, it said, "Hey, you're a realtor?" Question mark. I was like, "Oh, that's it." Like,
Yeah.
really? She's been a realtor for 3 years.
Jeez. Yeah.
And this is someone that's on her friends list on Facebook.
Yeah.
And the question was, "You're a realtor?" I thought this just solidifies the need for us to stay top of mind as best as possible.
Yeah. And that's what I try and do. And I just like having fun. So I want to showcase that. And, people can call it what they want, but it's just, to me, this industry is very oversaturated with the same thing,
Over and over.
to the point where I don't even want to watch it.
I'm curious, in your city, do you know how many realtors are in your city? Licensed realtors?
Yeah, like 55,000.
55,000. And do you know how many people are in your city?
And well, I'm in like just outside of Toronto, but Toronto has like just over 3 million, I think.
3 million. And 55,000? Holy crap. I thought we were bad. Okay, so we have 2.5 million people. So we're catching up to Toronto, which is crazy to think about. But we have 16,000 realtors. And I thought that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
Yeah. We're like, it's like Durham. It's like in all of like Toronto and like kind of the outskirts as well.
The outskirts. Yeah.
There's a ton. There's a ton of
man. Wow, you have it worse, but you're doing it better. So
it
works out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's definitely, I guess, unconventional.
Mm-hmm.
I get that a lot, that people have never. It's just, I guess, at first almost like a a wow factor. And that's where I like to
Yeah,
be
like
with my videos. I like to be at that, like, are you allowed to do that? Right on that line.
yeah, yeah. Like, am I crossing the line?
Yeah.
I let
Yeah.
you teeter back and forth between. It's like just dip your toe in a little bit and see how
Yeah.
people react.
It's
But that's good because all the press is good. Like any comment, any engagement. People don't understand. A lot of people that haven't been doing this for a while don't understand that the engagement is what lets your friends on Facebook and Instagram and these other places know that you're actually that you are doing a good job, right? Because those platforms push you up, and so yeah, people with very little engagement, they don't go anywhere, and they don't get why.
Yeah.
And they don't get why. They're like, I spent $1,000 on making this video and I spent 8 hours. Why am I not getting the engagement? It's because it's just like a slideshow of 15 pictures of a house. You paid a lot for the pictures, fine, and it's a good looking house, but no, people are bored with that.
Yeah.
They're
People have
bored.
seen it over and over and over again. So that's what I try and do. Like that was the Freddie Mercury video. That was a sold video to my buyers. So instead of just writing, the picture of the house with sold to my buyers, I did that video. So people, I don't know. When I see it like one of those just listed, just sold, doesn't mean anything to me anymore. Don't even know who did it.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you. And I haven't done, though I don't do just sold, just list, same reason.
Yeah.
But unlike you, I spend a very long time on making these videos.
Yeah.
Like I'll do like a walkthrough and stuff. I don't know if you've even seen any of my videos, but basically,
I've seen. Awesome. Yeah, I've seen a couple. Yeah.
I mean, I spend a lot of time trying to go through all the detail just because it's different. That's it, because it's very different. But it could take me 8-9 hours to do one video, and then with filming and then editing and trying to put stuff in and trying to be funny and then scripting and I'm not a naturally funny guy, and I don't have any kind of experience like that. So
you had the one where it was like there was like 5 of you.
Oh yeah.
That was sick.
Well, it took me forever to learn how to do it. So just like you kind of graduated from iMovie to from iMovie to Final Cut.
Yeah.
So I was using one of those super cheap ones, and then I jumped into DaVinci Resolve.
Okay, yeah, I was looking into that too.
Because of one, it starts off as free, but I was like, listen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a Blackmagic camera who owns DaVinci, and they give me the studio version.
Nice.
For free. So along with the camera. So I was like, well, this is perfect. And it is still daunting, but it has the color grading and all that stuff you were talking about. Anyway, that's like super advanced, and I love that. And I could talk about that with you forever.
Yeah.
But the question that I think a lot of people want to know is, let's say they haven't done this before. What do they need to do? Get started? Like, what would you recommend to them?
So first thing, you need to be yourself. Yeah. You must be yourself. If you're being all stiff and trying to be something you want people to think you are, it's not, you've missed the point of the video, right? So be yourself. If you swear, then swear. I mean, don't go out of your way to swear, but if you swear, don't worry about, if every single hair looks perfect. People don't want perfect. I
put on a hat for that same reason. I was like,
yeah, no, I have a hat on too. My hair's troll doll. But you have to just be yourself and find, we're in this industry for the most, okay, what do you got?
You said troll doll, and I thought you need a Trolls World Tour video now, right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
I could probably do that.
That would be fantastic. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, man.
Yeah. No, but you got to do, like, be yourself. We're all in this industry for the most part because we're outgoing. We feel like we're people, and there's parts of our personality that everyone likes and will gravitate towards. So try and highlight those in your video. Okay, so if you're bubbly and fun, and okay, put that in your video. You don't have to be so.
I like the bounce.
Yeah, like whatever. You don't have to be so professional though. Like to me, Instagram, especially Instagram, YouTube, it's a commercial for your business. It's a commercial. So do what you want. Like there's tons of commercials that are funny. It doesn't, I don't think they're unprofessional because they're being funny. when I see a funny Doritos commercial or a funny Geico commercial, it's I don't think they're any less professional. I just think they've grabbed my attention more. And for me, and if you are super serious and analytical, then, you know, do a video with all the numbers, because there's those people out there too who are going to love that. They're not my people. They're,
Not
you
mine
know, they ain't
either.
coming to my page.
Uh-uh.
So, you know, there's a market for everything if you do it right. And do it right and don't do it the same. I say this too. Go look at a bunch of agents, go look at their pages. Don't do that. You know, take,
Yeah, don't do what they're doing.
yeah, take, you know, okay, this was a good idea. This was a good idea, but it all looks the same. So how can I take this tips and tricks video and make it different? And then sit on that for a bit and think about it.
That's
And go on
exactly
like that.
That's
Yeah.
exactly why I made that playlist, because of that reason. It's like, you don't realize there are people out there that are doing things that you want to do already. I mean,
Mhm.
that's always been a thing. And
Yeah.
why I don't think when you're going into it, you're so stressed with, oh my God, I got to make my first sale, or I've got to, you know, start to do this, or I've got to do, like, I'm controlling my finances, my social media campaign. I got to pay my broker. I've got all these things. And so they stop thinking about just being themselves,
Yeah.
and it's like the ideas, the creativity gets sucked out of them. It's like, no,
Yeah.
you're a pretty good person. Just be yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not about being, people say like, Matt, I really want to do video, but I'm not funny. But like, you don't have to be funny. There's, you know, you don't have to be funny, but there's a way to grab attention.
Yeah.
Without doing what everyone else is doing, because that's not grabbing attention.
Yep.
And like, I mean, just do what you want to do, unless you're like, you know, maybe don't do those like weird slow-mo videos where you're getting out of the Mercedes and showing off your watch and then showing off your Gucci belt.
There's
Like
a place
those
for
are,
that. It is funny. There is a place for it.
there's
What if
definitely a place.
what if they did that and it was like a Mickey Mouse watch or
Yeah.
something? Like,
I've
that
done a
would be-
couple stuff like that. Like that.
Yeah.
Well, that was my Lexus video. That was that kind of parody. on
Oh
that type of
yes,
video.
yeah.
That was, yeah. So, I mean, but there is a market for that too. But
Yeah.
if you're going to do that, do it properly and make sure you're still kind of being an inviting person.
Yeah.
Because I find a mistake a lot of realtors make is they try and show off all their material things because they think that people see that as successful.
Correct.
Which people may, that's fine. But to me, and I'd work with a lot of first-time home buyers, that's not approachable.
Right.
To me.
It's intimidating.
Yeah, it's intimidating. Oh, well, this guy's got this and this and this, and he's not going to work with me. You know, so, and having nice, you know, work hard and you buy yourself nice things, that's amazing, but you don't have to be showing it in every single video. Like I seriously see some realtors showing this stuff in every single video.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, guys, like, come on. Like, I don't know. So I mean, there's a place for everything, but just try and make sure you're always being approachable. You're always being yourself. And then it will come together. One more thing I'll say about that, it's trial and error. And like I said, you can go to my Instagram page and see the whole evolution of the page. You can post something if you're just starting out, whatever you want to talk about, even if it's super similar to something else, just so you get something out. Post it, see how it does. If you don't get the reaction you wanted, ask yourself why. Okay, let's take a step back, look at the content, be like, why didn't that resonate with people? Okay, well, maybe I should do this. Okay, and then, you know, for your next video, change it up. Put that out. That video did so much better now. Oh, that's awesome. So now I'm going to go more in that direction. And then you keep kind of building and snowballing off that video and try and get better and better and better.
Do you know who Ricky Carruth is?
No.
Okay, so he's a realtor. He has like some zero to diamond real estate thing. I stumbled across him just like I stumbled across you and a couple other people that are like, I'll call them digital mentors in a sense, right? And so Ricky Carruth, his phrase is 1% better every day.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't
That's
matter what
awesome.
he's doing, as long as the next time he's taken what he's learned and just done a little bit better. Because like you said earlier, you'll never have it exactly the way you want it.
No, never, ever, ever. And
And
that's a mistake people make.
once you do, I feel like that's it. Get out of the business
Yeah.
because you've given up
Yeah, exactly.
when you're that complacent. So,
Yeah. No,
man, this has been a really, really good conversation. Before I take off, or before I end the conversation, I always want to ask people, do you have a quote or a phrase that you kind of like live by, or that helps you run your day, your week, your month, or anything like that? So like a powerful quote that you'd want to share with people.
yeah. So I have a couple. I get very inspired by a lot of people. And I was saying this on a different podcast. People who just seem different, like they're not even human. So I'm talking about Steve Jobs, Michael Jordan, Conor McGregor, like these type of people who are so larger than life. So some things I really love is Steve Jobs quote, only way to do great work is love what you do. So I really took that and ran with it. Another one from Conor McGregor that I love is, we're not here to take part, we're here to take over.
Oh, that I've never heard that. That's a really good one.
Fantastic quote. And I love it because, it's, to me, that's really, I would say that's the main one for me. And it's not about it's not like an ego thing. It's about like, I don't want to just do what everyone else is doing. I want people to see realtors in a whole different way. I want, to see them how I'm doing it, and show that you can do it differently and still do it successfulully. So that's probably the biggest one. I love that quote so much.
That's amazing. I'm going to add that to my, what do they have? Rolodexes or something? No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding. I put notes on my phone just like you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm going to add that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me make sure I remember it. I'm not here just to do it. We're not here to just do it. We're here to take over.
We're not here to take part. We're here to take over.
God, that's way better. It sounds way better than the way I just said. I was like, it doesn't sound as good.
If you actually go look at a lot of Conor McGregor quotes, I don't know if you know much about his story, but he's brilliant.
I don't, and I will. I absolutely will. Thank you for that. I do like those kind of underdog.
Yeah, that's exactly what he is.
Up. And I remember he was kind of cocky, but at the same time, he's Conor McGregor. He's got that shoulder swag. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Same with like Michael Jordan and stuff. Oh man, watching that documentary is so inspiring to me.
The Last Dance.
Oh, man, yeah. Just that kind of person is just like, you're just greatness. It's just pure great. So I love that stuff. Yeah.
That's good, man. Yeah. If somebody wanted to get in touch with you, let's say to send you a referral to Toronto, Canada, how would they do that? What's the best way to get in touch with you, follow you, connect with you?
So, Instagram and Facebook are big for me. Just my name, Matt Lionetti. You can find me on there. And then from there, DM me. We can, chat on the phone, email after that. Yeah, just slide into those DMs.
I feel bad because it wasn't too long ago where I learned what that was. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I'm not, I just got married, and I'm.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you.
How long now?
You're working on it. Say it again.
How long have you been married?
Since September 29th.
Oh, okay. So not even a year yet. So nice.
Fresh and clean. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It is. It's really cool. It's just, it's funny because we've been together for a long time, but
Same with my fiance and I, we've been together 11 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm close. I think 8 years, 9. So
nice.
But congratulations whenever you get the ability to get married.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you're right there.
Yeah. We're close.
That's crazy. Well, look, I appreciate you taking your time, Matt. I know that you get a lot of these requests. And so this truly is something that I care about. I'm excited about. And thank you again for sharing.
Oh, thanks so much for having me. I love doing it. Love chatting with you.
That's awesome, man. And for anybody else that's there, I'm going to make sure to put Matt's contact information, his Facebook, his Instagram, and everything in the description of the video below, just so you can reach out to him and have a great conversation.
Yeah.
Thanks again. Take care, man.
Thanks.